Ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at war 8, I think. I've lost count. Against LVT. Got some good friends over there. And a special shout out to Oakley, whose accent I completely butchered last war in my previous video. And to honour him further, I went complete dog water today. Earned myself a Darwin Award and possibly the most ridiculous death, which will have been instrumental in costing us the war. But in the meantime, we get to bring Mojo out today for some fun, because the bastards banned Symbiote Supreme, and somehow I managed to still not escape Serpent duty. We're going to do Path 8 almost all the way except for Gore, and then nothing on the shared mini islands except for Boss Island, where we're going for Serpent, and Spider-Ham, who ironically will be my undoing today. But until we get to that, we've got a very, very easy fight against Scorpion, which we'll take with Vox. Done it many times before. I don't think this node, but Scorpion's become a useless defender thanks to this tactic. And using a poison immune defender makes him even more useless. I'm just going to slow play it to get to my clarity. Luckily, stand your ground. Saved my bottom there. Doesn't really matter what special I push into. The degens are going to do their job in finishing him off while I just wait for him to die and dance around, because he's being stingy. And that's the first fight done, and we move on to Omega Sentinel, which I kind of knew the risks of the fight here. Not worried about losing to it at all. It's still a very easy fight, but as she gains her armor buffs plus the furies and whatever, I'm no longer going to be able to parry, and then all the blocked hits, which you'll see through trying to bait heavy and openings, will cause her to gain extra armors, i.e. more buffs, and she will incinerate me. So I just had to be very careful and not get punched in the face, which I did. Now I'm ticking down. I've taken far more damage than I'd have hoped, but I'm not worried. I know that I'm just going to end this fight at or below around 50%. It is what it is. Nothing a couple of potions can't fix. However, at this point I healed up Vox. I healed him to about 90%. I had a combat regen boost. And as you can see, I've healed him up, got the combat regen boost. We come to Overseer, which is a very, very easy fight. We're going to do our usual, check the nodes, check that our boosts are topped up, and enter the fight, completely failing to notice that Spider-Ham has been selected, which didn't really make sense to me, because even at 90%, Vox still has plenty more health than the pig, but never mind. So my instant oh shit moment led me to this point. That combo there was probably my undoing. I managed to hold it together, where I'm just going to parry medium when I'm able to, because after his specials I can't parry him because he'll be stun immune, and the stings will be doing a good chunk of work. So we're just going to have to slow play here, and I think I've possibly going to manage to survive here. Should have parried him there, missed it, and gutted, absolutely gutted. I haven't died on a path fight for I don't know if it's 2 or 3 seasons, I think. I had a nice little streak going. I know I died at the beginning of the season on a mini, but otherwise had a nice little record going. And that just pissed me off no end. So we're just going to go back in with Vox and clean this fight off. At which point, this was still very early in the war. No one had really done too much. This was the 3rd fight of the entire alliance, I think. And we've given away the 1 death. LVT are really, really strong, and I knew that they're very capable of at least donutting us. They've been doing sort of 1 and 2 death wars, I think, up to this point. So yeah, feeling pretty bad. Anyway, moving on, day 2. We've got a Wags on Serpent. This is a very big Serpent, and we're going in with Mojo. Mojo I also haven't got ramped up because I haven't got him on previous fights at all. Had a game plan going on this in that I want to make sure I make use of the special one to start with, to nullify his fury. That's going to hurt me less on block, and then I want to make use of special 2s and 3s to keep the death immunity, the anti-life field up. I've got Spider. The reason I had Spider Ham at all was for the synergy where anti-life field lasts, I think, an extra second, which is actually really valuable in this fight because it's going to allow me to, whilst I haven't got power control over Serpent, that extra time is just going to be a real nice safety net to effectively nullify Serpent's power gain buffs while I try and keep up with some hopefully good prompt RNG. Very slow start to the fight so far, but going well enough, so we're pleased. Ideally keep him to special 1 rather than 2, although either is fine as long as I don't obviously catch the first hit. Which I did. That hurt a lot, but we are still alive. Luckily he backs off and allows me to hold block for the next prompt. Straight to special 3. And we get a nice extended anti-life field. I really like Mojo. I didn't really get to use him anywhere near as much as I'd have hoped during the Magic Thief tactic. So this has been kind of fun, if not scary. I was terrified at the start when it was first assigned, but it feels a very solid fight, taking away that big amount of lost health from eating the special one. Knock down a champion being next. This is what I kept my relic for. There are a couple of prompts that are pretty difficult more difficult than the others to make happen, so closing stages of the fight now. And that is another big Serpent cooked. And we move to our final fight, which is Spider Ham, ironically, on node 48. This is an easier fight than when I took Spot a couple of wars ago. Again, the same plan as with Vox. Use a Wags parry and try not to repeat my hits. It's got a much easier to deck special, plus the taunt from it will give me some regen, and just work my way up to special 3 and nuke him down. I did forget whether I used special power start 1. I was confident of not needing invulnerability here, but I did forget that with power start 1 I'd start with a sting on me, but that's fine. It gave me a bit of willpower healing, and as long as he didn't land a special 1 on me, which would be very unfortunate, it was going to just fall off. Seemed like an eternity till we threw that. I didn't want to get special 2 on my block, it would have hit very hard. I also probably could have gone with a few more hits before the special 3 to buff it up a little bit more. This feels very, very safe, but it was also a much slower fight than I'd have hoped. And this special 3 is going to finish him off, and me with the full yellow bar. Now we just have to hope where we're currently at, I think 3 deaths. That LVT die a few more times. They ended up capping at 3, and we built ourselves up to 5. So the bright side, at least my Spider Ham death wasn't the only thing to cost us. But we win and lose as a team. GG's to LVT. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.